I'm Morgan, and we know better. Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's only been a week for us. We've had to kind of front load our episodes a bit because I have two sisters graduating in the month of May, so I'm fucking booked and busy.
True. This is the earliest I think we've ever filmed a pod episode. It's like 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you could definitely... The sun shows up on camera.
So I don't doubt it.
We
have all the shades closed, but it doesn't really change the fact that it's completely
bright
sunny in
sun.
here. Yeah,
ripping through the blinds. Yes. Yeah, but the earliest, we're still gonna give it our all though. We're not gonna the weirdness doesn't come out of us as it gets darker. Like it's just there. It's just inherent.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't agree?
I don't know if I consider it weirdness, but yeah.
You don't think you're weird?
I do, but I don't think that... I think if you were to put me on a scale of weirdness with, like, a random batch of people from Minneapolis, that I'd be in, like, the mid-range. But if you were to put me, like, in a scale, like, in a room in, like, a straight club, yeah, I'd be on the higher end. However, if you put me on the scale and you take a bunch of people from Dan and Phil's show that I went to a year ago, I'm on the super low end. So...
Yeah, okay, I could see that. That could be
also,
skewed.
my personality, no, not really. But, like, my interests, yes. And how I look, yes.
Okay. That's how you see yourself, then, period. I consider myself much weirder. I don't think
you have
weird.
A very, like, loud personality, like, a big personality, though. I mean, I guess not big does not necessarily mean weird, I guess. But, like... I guess because, like, if you were to talk to a normal person on the street, there's, like, a level of you're just acting normal, I guess. Like, I don't think either of us act weird when put in social situations not with people we already know, because we purposefully don't.
Yeah, but...
I don't think we're weird enough to break out of that, like, societal, like, this is how we have to interact with people.
Yeah, I guess I don't really necessarily take that into consideration when I'm considering weirdness. I think it's...
Well, that's just how everyone would perceive you, though.
Yeah, maybe other people wouldn't perceive me weird then, I guess.
I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're on the... We're not
strength. Weird, and, like, I don't think I am, like... I think when I am with the general populace that, yeah, I am on, like, when you consider me in totality, maybe I can blend in, but, like, I think I am on the weirder scale.
I think you would be... Like, on, like, if we were taking mostly weird people, though, I think you're...
No, I agree with that. Well, when you put it in a skewed
Well, that's
thing,
what I'm
like,
thinking,
I'm not
though.
the weirdest of the weirdest, but I think more...
So I don't think people would perceive, though, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people are watching the podcast and perceiving me as super weird, besides the fact that they're seeing, like, the whole background, I guess. And, like, hearing us talk, I guess. But, like... I don't know. I also think personality is different. I also think personality is different than interests. So it's, like, my personality is... I don't know. I don't think anything crazy.
I don't think I see as much, I don't think I perceive much difference. I think they are. When I think of myself, I think of them all
I just see the podcast
one.
as a bunch of strangers, and so I don't think they're, they're not coming home with me and, like, watching me do what I do on a daily basis
I feel like
whatever.
That's kind of where the...
I guess because of how I look, yeah, I would be much higher on the weird scale than I perceive myself, but that's because I'm, like, kind of used to how I look, so, like, when I go out in public and people stare, I'm like... Why are people staring at me? What the fuck? And it's like, oh, you have, like, bright green hair. Well, I guess not bright, but, like, vibrant green hair. Or, like, when I had blue hair, I'd be like, why the fuck are people staring at me? Like, I don't understand.
Right.
Oh, because your hair's blue, by the way. Your hair is bright royal blue. And I just, like, it doesn't... There's, like, I still do that. Like, a level of dissonance, I think, of... Because I don't feel like I'm dressed. Because also, like, I don't have to dress up to be perceived as weird looking because I have crazy hair and I have tattoos. So, like, I'm wearing a tank top, I'm going to the gym, right? Mm-hmm. And I go and people stare at me and I'm like, the fuck are they staring at? Like, I don't understand. Oh, because you have a full, like, leg mural front back of your right leg. You have, like, your arms are done. Your hair's like a new color every other month. Like, yeah, no, you do stand out, actually. You do, in fact, stand out.
Well, I guess you guys let us know. Are we weird? And I don't mean that derogatory. I genuinely, like, yeah. Maybe that's, like, I have some sort of complex, but I don't think I'm normal.
I guess in my perception, I am considering the broad, like, the broader scale of like how weird people can get.
Yeah.
So I think I teeter a little bit more on the weird than on the normie, and I think you do as well, but I don't think we're that far from normie culture.
I agree, but if you were to...
But like, I guess if we were to say that you were to compare us to like a MAGA woman, a very straight, or even just someone from our small hometowns whose like whole thing is getting married, having kids, like they would see us way more. Yeah. And it's like, okay, but like, I mean, like we're not doing pup play, like we're not like, you know, that's what but that's because we are in weird culture. So it's like, to me, the scale is a lot deeper.
No, that is fair. I think I would agree with that. But if you put it like on a scale of 1 to 10 and you're like normal and weird, anyone that is 5 and above could fall is like, you get the label of weird. Even though there are weirder than others. So that's why I feel like.
Agree. I also just don't think I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, I guess. Like, I agree, us in totality, but like in filming the pod, like I don't know if my personality gives like.
Someone make a compilation of us being weird, because I feel like.
I think we just give radical feminism. I guess maybe those.
Which I feel like could be considered weird.
I just don't think we give quirky. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Like she's not like oh, she's not like other girls like quirky. It's like no, like we are. We're like every radical feminist lesbian, not lesbian specifically, I guess specifically. Oh my god, specifically. Those, sorry, I just like pissed myself off. Growing up, my mom's first language is Spanish because I'm Hispanic. Well, I'm Puerto Rican, which is technically its own category. There's just like random English words that like she gets wrong.
Right.
Same with my grandma, same with a lot of my family, and my sister picked up a lot of them. And one she picked up so bad was Pacific, meaning specific. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe I just did that out loud because every time she would do it, I'd be like, fucking stupid. How could you be so stupid and dumb? Or like everyone in my family says woof for a wolf.
Oh, okay.
It is cute when she was like when my sister was little, but now it's just like I look at her, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I say wolf though. Maybe I say more woof. I don't know though, it feels distinct.
It doesn't even sound like a real word right now.
She would be like, oh, like that's a really cute woof. It sounds like you're saying wolf with a baby voice. Basically, is how they say it. Well, that makes
sense because Spanish and L is not really pronounced like an English L.
True,
in the middle of the word, and so like, why would you pronounce it?
Me and my sister's first language is not Spanish.
Well, yeah, but
we're not fluent. Although true. I think my first language was Spanish, but it was like so long ago, like when I was a baby. Like, I first learned to speak in Spanish, I'm pretty sure, according to my mom. But it's like, you get to preschool and, like, I'm only speaking in English. And then my parents just switched to speaking English at home because they didn't want, you know, people to think that we were Spanish.
Sure.
So then it's like, okay, yeah, the fucking 4-year-old immediately lost any Spanish language.
Right.
At all. But yeah, no, my sister, though, never spoke any Spanish at all. So she'd just be saying things like that, I guess.
Sure.
But also, it's like, if your mom is saying it, like, why would you question it? Like,
exactly.
Dachshund, she pronounces it Dachshund. Like, dash hound, but because it's spelled Haund, more, like, German almost.
Yeah, it is a German word.
True, but like, if you were to say phonetically the English of the German, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know, I thought they were 2 separate breeds of dog. For so long. Yeah. And I still do it.
That's fair.
I still do it.
I don't think that's uncommon for people that have only read it and then haven't like heard it. Or like, I guess they have, but like read that word, you're not gonna say dachshund, you know?
Right. Yeah. And Anne's just the worst with that shit. She really growing up, okay. No, because, like, I still get heat for this when I say this to people. We did a newlywed game when we went on a cruise once, and we were pretending to date. That's not the controversial part. And they asked me what was my least favorite thing about her, and I said because she's deaf. The fact that she's deaf. Because she's technically deaf. She's not. She can hear, but she's considered deaf.
Yeah.
She was born deaf. And everyone was like, why the fuck would you say that? Like, the thing you hate most about your partner is their disability. And he's like, bro, like, you have not lived with it. You have not lived with it. This girl be saying, I sent you guys the TikTok, I think. It's like some guy made this TikTok, and it's like you say something to your friend who can't hear anything, and it's like, you're like, oh, what do you want for breakfast? And like, they respond like, grandma's sick. Like, that's actually deadass how she talks all the time. And I'm like, why the fuck would I have ever said that? Why would I have ever said that to you? And then also, she just, like, songs, too. She's very much a musicality person, and I'm very much a lyrics person. And then she'll sing the lyrics for the first time. I'm like, why would they say that?
Yeah, why would they say that?
Like, 21 Pilots have this song called Chlorine. It's very, like, introspective, angsty. And the lyric is, this beat is a chemical. And she was at that concert when we were on the floor back when I was a freshman in college with my evil ex-boyfriend and our evil ex-best friend screaming weed is a chemical loud as fuck. And people who are like mega fans' ears, because we are mega fans and we were on the floor like pressed up. And then I told her later and she was like, oh my God, like people were looking at me. And that's probably why. I was like, yeah, why the hell would 21 Pilots be singing about weed?
Yeah, she's like, it may have sense to her. No, that's funny. One of our friends kind of does that too. Just some people are so, or I think the funniest part is when they do like synonyms. So like they know, they're listening to the music, but they can't think of the word, but they know what it's supposed to say, and so they do like a synonym. That's so funny. Yeah.
There was also, now I can't think of it though. There was a lot of things also like, but the reading and then saying it completely wrong. And did that a lot also when we were younger, and like we would clown on her, me and our ex-best friend Alyssa, who was evil. But I'm trying to remember what like specific example. I think maybe she said orgasm instead of organism, but I might be thinking of someone else. But like shit like that. And she would just do it. I think she did. And it was in bio class, and everyone was, and that's subjectively really funny. Yeah.
I mean, yes. I think that is also not really that. I think I've heard that experience before too.
The funniest, I used to burn a lot of incense. A good amount. I still do, but like haven't a ton in this house because I'm worried about how strong the fire alarms are. Yeah. How sensitive, I guess. And one time she dead ass walked into my childhood bedroom. I'm laying there in like my pajamas, and she goes, "It smells like incest in here." And I was like, what? I was like, "Do you mean sex?" Like Nick was just over, and she was like, "No, why the fuck would it smell like sex in here? What the hell?" She's like, "You having sex in here?" I was like, "No." Why? Very funny. Miscommunication. And I was burning incense previously, but I was also just having sex, so I was like, maybe it does smell like sex, like I don't know.
But to say that instead of saying a room smells like sex, you say a room smells like incest.
I thought maybe she just didn't understand what the word meant. See, this is why though. This is why I say this, because there's like the line of miscommunication can go so many different ways. Yeah. Like in my head I was like, maybe she just doesn't know what the word incest means and thinks it means sex. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an awful slip up. At least it was just, well, it's just in front of you, but now to all of our podcast viewers.
Yeah, well, I don't think she'll mind. I mean, I sat in front of an entire, like, room of adults at a club during the Newlywed Game. That my least favorite thing about her is that she's deaf.
Right.
So I've been airing it all out to everyone. By the way, we won the Newlywed Game. And we had been dating for less than 5 years. And then we went for against a couple that was dating for 8 years and a couple that was married for 30. And we won. So, just saying. And what does that we made up all our answers every time. Just happened to make up the same one. Where they're like, what's the craziest place you had sex? And we both said, in her car, in the Rite Aid parking lot. We just made that up. Stuff like that. And we just, like, literally bullshitted. And my sister was literally, like, dying laughing. Also, we only got on because my sister, they were, like, you know, yelling at the crowd, like, "Ooh, what couples?" And we were raising your hand, and they were, like, dutifully, like, ignoring us because gay. And then my sister goes, "Do you hate the gays?" Screamed it. And then they chose us.
Of course, and then you won. That's what they were scared. They were scared.
And people, we won a bottle of champagne, didn't drink it also, because this was, like, a month after I graduated college, and I didn't drink any alcohol that entire summer because I just was so done. So, like, I couldn't even sip it. I was like, I can't ever drink ever again. Mm-hmm. And it's just a drink. So we won it. They didn't drink it.
Right.
And the entire rest of the cruise, like, every excursion, couples would come up to us and be like, "You guys were, like, so cute. Like, that was so impressive." And my mom would be like, "What are you talking about?" And we'd be like, "Nothing.
Oh, of course they were.
Because my
She
mom wasn't there.
Yeah.
And also, like, we didn't want to tell my mom we faked being in a relationship so we could win a game. And then we had a couples massage later in the cruise. Because by the time we went to book the massage, they didn't have any left.
Yeah.
And we were like, they only had couples. And then we were like, okay, we'll just get it at the same time. What the fuck?
Why not?
And then we brought the champagne because the whole couples massage experience was like, you get an hour in a hot tub before they do the massage. I think people were getting like full balls deep naked in that that hot tub. And I was thinking about that the entire time. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, we brought though the champagne because I thought I was going to drink it in a backpack to the massage, and then they were like, okay, you can leave your stuff, and I'm like, okay, but I want to bring the backpack.
You were gonna drink it during the massage?
During the hour I was in the hot tub.
Oh, okay, yes.
So then we wore bathing suits under our robes. We should have just gotten naked, but then it's like, then we would have been like titty scoochie out in front of each other in the hot tub, and that was like,
yeah,
like a level of like, maybe like, let's not do that.
I get doing it like on the massage table, that's fine, but like in the hot tub staring at each other, that's a
like
lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So then, like, we're in the robes, and they're like, okay, let's go. And they're like, you can leave the backpack here. And I'm like, no, I'm going to bring it. 100% these people thought I had, like, some sort of sex toy. And they're like, that I had the strap. So I'm walking, two of us, same-sex couple.
Yeah.
Showing up, two women.
Right.
We're about to get in the fucking sex hot tub. Surely it's a sex hot tub. Like,
yeah, what else?
Where they leave you alone for an hour on a romantic terrace at night, in the dark, in a hot tub.
Totally.
Naked.
Totally.
And I'm, like, insisting on bringing this backpack. And I didn't think about it until we were walking back, and I was like, oh my god, like, oh my god, they definitely thought I was doing some crazy shit to you in that fucking hot tub.
And
I wasn't. That would have been way cooler if I was, I guess, but like, no. And I didn't even end up drinking the champagne either, because it was warm by the time we got there, so.
Yeah. But, yeah, and if it was an actual partner, like, yeah, well, no. No, because
I don't think I would bring the strap to do the hour. Yeah, maybe just do it before or after.
Yeah, don't contaminate your strap in there. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I'm like, you changing, like, you doing a full drain and clean between everyone? Like, I don't know. I don't trust that.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun, but, like, you know, you just had to not think about it in the moment.
Sure, yeah.
And I was also, because it was me and Ange, we were both in my head, I'm like, this, like, people are having sex here. Because, like, we're not. And I'm like, what would I be doing if, like, we were actually, you know, partners?
And we would be having sex, and now we're not. And now we just sit and stare at each other. Yeah.
Having a good time. It was fun. We had a relaxing massage, but I would totally do it again. I just think the hour in the hot tub was a bit.
Yeah, maybe decline that part. Like, no, that's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't really want to go into the sex hot tub.
But yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, couple massage, like, the only thing couple about us is you're in the same room.
Right, exactly.
You don't even talk. You don't even look at each other.
Right.
Like, who cares? Definitely. Especially if it saves money. When Isabel and I went to Mexico, if she would have wanted a massage, I would have said, let's do a couple. Like, why not? But I just got one by myself.
Mm-hmm. I really liked it. That was the only time I've ever gotten a massage in my life. And I kind of was like, wait, I should do this all the time. Yeah. But one, they're quite expensive.
Totally.
And two, I think it would be even more expensive because I would want to go to, like, a bougie place that I felt was going to be very, like, clean and, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't want to go to, like, an average, like, you know. It's like one of those experiences.
Full experience, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't want to be naked and people touch on my body if they're not going to do, like, a really good job. Totally. And it's not going to be super professional. Yeah. Not that, I don't think that that makes it seem like I think it's more me than, like, actual massage places, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, the anxiety of doing something new by myself. Like, it would have to be pretty bougie of a place for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to go get a massage.
Sure. No, that's fair. But yes, they are expensive, but I've been thinking about that too. Because it really does feel so good. And I know, and I love when they're working on my back and I'm feeling all my knots, like, oh. Well, when I got my pedicure yesterday, I specifically got the most expensive version, which I don't normally do because I don't really care about, like, a hot stone massage or, like, paraffin wax or any of that shit. But the most expensive version came with an arm massage, and I was like, yeah, I want that.
That's funny.
Do I need that? No, but it did feel really good. Oh my god, when they work on my wrists, on my, like, forearms, and I can feel, like, my Woo! I'm so touch-starved.
See, that's, like, also, like, I think Like, the massage was really good, but, like, it definitely, having Ange there helped me be like, it's totally fine that this random stranger is just, like, aggressively touching my body.
Oh.
Like, if it was just me and the stranger, I think in my head I'd be like, this is, like, I would be too tense about the situation to, like, really enjoy it, I think.
That's fair.
Or it'd have to be just someone, like, a trusted person. Or just a woman, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, I would have to know.
I don't want a male masseuse. Fuck no.
True. How do you know, though, that it's not going to be when you go somewhere?
Well, surely you might get to pick your masseuse if it's, like, a specific massage place and you, like, book online. Same, like, with a pedicure or, like, a nail salon, you pick your artist or whatever.
I've never had that.
Oh, really?
But I also don't really
I mean, there's definitely
online.
options to just choose, like, whoever, but, like...
I don't ever book online, though.
Oh, fair.
I've never done that. I would just go.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Because it's either I'm going somewhere random or I'm going because I'm going with someone who goes all the time. So then they get done by their person who they consistently get done, and then I get done by whoever.
Yeah. No, that's fair. There's probably room for both of that.
So I guess that does make sense. I just wouldn't have thought of it.
I honestly think the reason why, part of the reason why I was thinking about doing massages regularly was because of the benefits, but then also because I'm like, I do need to be touched more, I think. Like, genuinely, because I think it is, like, ruining me. Like, I feel like having a stranger touch you and you get normal to feeling a stranger's touch makes you not so reactive to other people
in,
touching
like, daily
you.
life.
And, like,
not in, like, crazy sexual ways, but just in casual ways.
No, like, like, ways that are, like...
Yeah.
That's my thought. It's like, if it kind of desensitize you to, like, other people's touch and not be so reactive to it. I think that was the main reason. I'm like, damn, I need to get massages regularly so I cannot be touch-starved and, like, any touch is like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I did think about that.
I've never
had a problem with, like, strangers touching me. That's weird, but, like... Growing up in the dance world, you're always touching each other. So, like, and I didn't know those people that well, so it, like, made it... Like, I don't have a problem with feet. I don't have a foot kink, I'll say that. But we touched each other's feet all the time. You'd have to work in partners and, like, help stretch each other. So, like, I don't have a problem with feet as long as they're clean. I don't want to be sucking on them. That's me thing. I don't... to each their own. But, like, I don't have a problem with touching other... Well... I guess romantic
in a casual sense.
Yeah, in a casual sense,
like where Ange, like, she can't even, like, look at a barefoot and then she's disgusted. Yeah. Like, you don't feel that way. You don't feel the type of way about it.
Well, unless it's men. Because that's also because I grew up around women.
That's different.
I grew up around women. The only feet I were touching were mostly women's. One.
That's the closest I've ever gotten to getting over my Finn Wolfhard crush, is seeing that picture of him with his bare feet out. I was like,
have you seen his jaundice photo?
Maybe.
I'll show you that after this. I saw that the other day because someone can't believe I didn't send it to you. Someone recreated it in Tamagotchi Me, like they face painted it on. It was really accurate. It was so good. That's the first time I've ever seen that picture. And then I went down a rabbit hole. I was like, what is this? What is this photo of him? I'm genuinely scared. It was so horrifying. I need to show. Maybe it will break it. I don't know.
The meme of him when he first shaved his head, where he's standing there and he's like. That and, like, people edit it like this, like with his big ears and, like, his face pulled back like this.
That might be the jaundice photo that I'm thinking.
Well, he wasn't yellow.
In this, he was, like, not fully yellow, but he was, like, yellow-ish. I'll find it and show you. Maybe
well, I've seen the like, edited to exasperate how idiotically bald he looked. Like, people, like, took the photo. The photo's not horrible. It's not great. But people, like, really, like, expanded his eyes, made him look like, just, like, a little, I don't even know. Like, a little gnome. And then that meme went crazy.
Right.
I still see that. Like, I saw that meme before I even knew anything about Finn Wolfhard.
Right.
For when he first shaved his head. So, yeah, I'll be... and that didn't faze me, so I'll be glad to see.
I'm not sure it will. If the feet couldn't get you, then I'm not sure what will. He needs to pop out with a partner. I feel like that would be the only thing that would help. I mean, it would be devastating, but it would help.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I need help.
Finn Wolfhard, please get a bitch so she can lose her crush. Like, damn.
I do need help. I have accepted, though, that I've had this, like, radical acceptance. Like, I don't like him because I think I know what he's like.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? Like I said last episode, like, crush is lack of information. It's not like I'm imagining us doing things together. It's literally, I just think he's super cute and hot. And, like, when I see interviews, like, his humor, I'm like, oh, it's, like, literally genuine crush in the way that I'd have a crush on, like, a man I didn't really know. Like, the way I first had a crush on Parker before I knew him. But that's what's making it so lethal, I think. Because I'm not getting parasocial where I'm like, no, like, I say he's my boyfriend, but, like, as a joke. You know what I mean? I don't mean it. But, like, I don't pretend that I know things about him. Like, he is a stranger. Like, I don't know shit about him. His online persona is, like, fake. I think he's funny, and I think he's hot. Like, that's what I'm attracted to. And I like his music. I think he's talented. But that's what's making it, like, horrible, because it's, like, too real of a crush. Because I'm not pretending I know. Like, when I had a crush on Callum Hood from 5 Seconds of Summer, like, growing up, it was because I knew him personally. Right. And I knew how we would get along, and I would, like, imagine scenarios with him. Because it's, like, that's my husband, like, for, in parentheses, real. Like, in parentheses, real, and I'm convinced this is true.
Right.
Like, I don't think I have any shot with Finn Wolfhard because we're never going to meet each other, / like, what, I can't even flirt with strangers, let alone someone who I already have a crush on. Like, and not, at the disadvantage that he's super fucking famous. Like, he doesn't, like... He's going to date someone who's also famous, most likely. Or going to meet someone at chance. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, we're not in the same circles. And what would I even say if I did meet him? Like, probably nothing. Because I'm so embarrassed also the fact that I have this, like, genuine, like kind of, like, schoolgirl crush of, like, I just think you're really, like, I'm just really into, like, wanting to know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, there's this desperate need. Like, I'm so embarrassed by that because I'm 25 years old, mind you, that if, like, he were to show up, like, I'd see him at a coffee shop, I would just leave. Like, I would literally not even look at him. I would be like, no. No. Now I was like, oh, we should, like, go see him if he, like, tours this album. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I really do like the first new song. But, like, that's, like, that's what making it so lethal, though.
Yeah.
Because it's the same type of crush I had on Parker. It's, like, literally the same level of lack of knowledge. You know what I mean?
Same type of man as well.
Yeah, I would like to think more highly of Finn Wolfhard, but, you know, I don't really know if that can be true or not, because I don't know him.
Finn Wolfhard is successful. That's the main difference.
Well,
sorry.
Yes. Well, yes.
Well, did I lie? Like, that's definitely
no, but, like, they
the
kind of
difference.
do have evil bisexuality in their hearts. Like, maybe Finn Wolfhard, I think the difference would be, is Finn Wolfhard accepting of his bisexuality, then he will be freed from the evil that cages Parker so deeply.
Totally.
No offense, Parker.
Yeah.
If you're watching.
But
that's where I think the source of his evil came from. His lack of self-acceptance.
As for many men, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And not just in terms of sexuality, but it's the lack of self-acceptance in who they are, in, like, what they're capable of. And that's where their issues come in, is because they're either suffering from being mad at the world because they're not who they want to be, or mad at other people for being who they want to be, or just pretending that they are what they're not.
Suffering at the hands of the patriarchy while also reaping the benefits and reinforcing it.
Isn't that so crazy? How men just, like, they created the patriarchy, they suffer under it, and then they're like...
Yeah, let's keep it.
Yeah. That they still get to reap the benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're mad about it.
But they still get the best deal.
They're not mad about it. They don't
think they're mad about it, but they are.
Yeah, right. Well, because they think it's all women's fault. Is anything that is a problem with, they perpetuate it. But yet they still get, like, we get to be mad about it and it harms us, but they are mad at the world, but they also just still get the benefits, but they're just still mad.
Right.
If I was a man, I would be reveling in that shit. I have no problems.
Yeah, real as hell.
I mean, I would be a white man.
I would be the most...
But I would probably be bisexual still.
I literally was about to say I would be the messiest bisexual fucking ever.
Yeah.
I would be having so much gay sex, it would be crazy. Yeah. I saw a tweet the other day and it was like, whole timeline want a dick and a prostate, and I was like, retweet. Like, yeah. And not even because I want to be a man, even though I'm sure there's some layer of that, but, like, I don't at the core.
No.
Or else I would be, I think.
True. No, I think...
but there is a level of jealousy in terms of sex.
Probably 100%. And we're not new to this topic. No. We've talked about this a million times. Well, I had the one...
Not even sex with women, though, like gay sex specifically. I don't know why.
All of the
above. But, like, yeah, all of the above.
All of the above.
I guess maybe the, like, masculinity and intensity of having gay sex. I don't know if that's, like, a stereotype per se. But, like, without the danger. That level of equalness. Mm-hmm. I think it's the appeal of having sex with a man... One, while also, like, having a dick. Surely having any sex while having a dick is awesome.
No, exactly.
But also, like, the level of having having sex with a man while being on equal ground with said man. Mm-hmm. Same idea, like, why straight women really love heated rivalry, in my opinion. No, because it's the romance and the thrill and the sexiness of sex with a man while not being at the danger of that man hurting you. Because inherently, as a woman, even if a man's not going to hurt you, it's always on the table. So...
It's always a risk.
But, like, it's literally at the end of the day, like, it is for real crazy. Like, y'all set up the system, and you don't even set up a system where you win. Like, what? Like, hello? Like, God, like, can you try a little bit fucking harder? Also, I have 2 more callbacks to what we were also just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted Hinge last night because I just, like, have no interest in talking to random strangers. But I also think it's so, like, genuinely motivated by the fact that I'm clouded by this crush on Finn Wolfhard, which is, like, why, like, it seriously needs to come to an end. Like, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just so hard because it's, like, I want to date and I want to get practice in dating, but I don't want to talk to random strangers online. I think that's weird. I do. At the end of the day, I try to, like, do it. I know you've literally spoke on this, like, very recently.
Option.
Right, exactly. Like, I want to be able to put myself out there, and we went to the Sapphic event last week, and, like, we do try to do things, but it's just, like, the convenience of online dating it's also, I feel like, how majority of relationships come about. Well, but I just cannot be fucked, and the whole time I'm on it, I'm like, ew, this whole, like, the premise of it is nasty to me. Yeah. I don't like it. No hate if you don't think that way. Like, I'm not saying it's, like, I'm self-righteous, if that makes sense. I just can't.
No, totally.
I know you're literally already got there, like, 2 weeks before me. Yeah. And 2 pod episodes before me.
Well, and I bounce all back and forth all the time. Like, that's...
Yeah. Yeah. But also, my mind is easily occupied by this crush on Finn Wolfhard, I guess. So it's like, but it's like, no, like, that's not real. Right. He's not real. So I need to get over that. Also, going back to you talking about, like, oh, like, maybe I need to, like, go get massages so that I'm, like, more regularly touched or whatever. I, like, genuinely, like, in my heart of hearts, was thinking about how, like, we are such close friends, but, like, we aren't physically affectionate. Also, I'm not really, like, with anyone. With Ange, I think, for a period of time, but also even now, we don't see each other that often, so, like, I'm not super, like, when we would see each other a bunch of times during the year, like, not that we're not as close anymore, it's just, like, we're not as touchy. Also, probably was just, like, the vibe at the time, if that makes sense. Sure. But that's why I also, like, because of that fact, because we were both so non-physically affectionate, the fact that so many people who aren't close to both of us are so convinced that we are in a relationship, like, actually just flabbergasts me. Because they're like, what do you mean? You do everything together. You go to every event, just the 2 of you. You go out every weekend, just the 2 of you. You text her every single day, like, you're basically dating. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, if she were, like, hugging...
But when's the last time we gave each other
like, exactly. Like, maybe if we were, like, somewhat physically affectionate friends, like, maybe I would be like, yeah, okay, like, I get what you're saying. Or maybe I would believe it in myself that it would ever be possible to, like, develop romantic feelings for each other over
the allegations if that was so.
True.
Not that that's, like, to say, but it's
but, like, it would be more believable to me.
Yeah, and we were, like, fucking cuddling on the couch and be like, okay, that's crazy.
And I would also, like, believe that it could ever even be possible that we could ever have romantic interest in each other too. Like, if we were like that, I guess. Like, if we were like that the whole time. Like, that doesn't seem insanely crazy to me that maybe we would develop feelings over time. Like, I don't think so, but, like, I would believe it's possible.
Well, yeah, that's,
but to, like, me in my head, it's like, like, it's actually, like, an impossibility in my head.
Agreed.
But I just came to that conclusion the other day because my mom was also, I was FaceTiming her 2 days ago and she was asking about you and it was the same bullshit again where I was like, why is she so convinced? Well, also she asked me what I was doing this weekend and I was like, Morgan's coming, like, early Saturday. And she was like, oh, she's not sleeping over? And I was like, no. No, I need to watch Marty Supreme. She was, and I walked into that one though because she was like, oh, she's not sleeping over tonight. And I responded because I think it was yesterday afternoon I called her. And I was like, oh, no, she doesn't want to watch Marty Supreme, so, like, I'm going to watch it tonight without her. What? That does not help. That phrasing did not help.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, right, so she's just going to come over tomorrow because you want to watch the movie and she doesn't want to come over for the movie. And I was like, yeah, right, exactly. And then I was like, wait, no, that's not, like, what I meant. Right. Not what I meant. Not what I meant.
No, I've never been a super touchy person physically. Like, never with my family, never with my sisters, unless we were fighting.
Yeah,
then we would get physical. But otherwise, like,
when I was young, I was very physically affectionate with my sister. But, like, I don't think I, like, had,
I guess, when they were
self-consciousness. Like, I think as soon as I gained self-awareness, I, like, wasn't anymore.
When Haley was a baby, I was very affectionate. I would drag her all around. But, no, I think we were never, like, the fighting is so true. All the, like, but they're quick hugs, like, when you're leaving. And if they wanted to be, like, give a longer hug, like, I would do that. But it's just not in my DNA. And, like, to be honest, it wasn't really something my parents really super
Yeah.
did either.
No.
Other than like you use like kissing and hugging as like a greeting.
My parents are not.
When we were young, with kissing moving out the window as you got
I genuinely
older.
like. I think it was in my nature. I think my nature was to be very superficially affectionate, but somewhere along self-awareness of like when I realized how I needed to act in my home growing up, like just shut it off completely.
Yeah,
because I
that's
used
fair.
to be with my parents too. Like I said, like with the hot sauce story that I told you guys.
yeah.
My dad would sit on the couch and I would sit like completely pressed up against him. But like I don't have self-conscious memories from that period of time.
Yeah.
But like I hug my dad out of like obligation now because he wants me to hug him, and it does not feel like genuine, I guess.
Yeah, not something you actually want to do.
Just something that we do.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
that I do because he wants me to.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know when that precedent was set, but clearly like something I learned I think growing up, which is also why me and my sister don't, and why anyone I met after that like I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just how all kids are. Maybe wasn't how I was supposed to be as a person, but maybe it's just how all kids are until you kind of grow into yourself. That's also could be true. But yeah, I'm just not. I think being friends with Amelia really made me realize like you're fucking weird. Not her. You as in me. I'm fucking weird. Because she's so...
And it all comes full circle. I'm just kidding.
True. Because she's so physically affectionate, and like she would like just put your hand like here. Like let's say we're watching a movie and she'd be like, and I'd be like...
Oh, sorry. It's my.
I wouldn't even say
like,
sorry.
Oh my God, so sorry.
I wouldn't even say sorry. I would look at her like this. I'd be like scandalized. And I was like, and then I'd be like, sorry. Or she would like put a hand on my leg, not in the sexual way.
Yeah,
That
just
seems
in
sad,
a
but like
friend
just in a
way.
friend way. And I would be like shaking in my
I know.
boots, like not even shaking in anticipation, for, like shaking, like be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal. This is normal. This is normal. Like just accept it. Just like be
That's
normal.
what I'm saying. That's why I thought the massages would maybe help. Like then maybe I would be less reactive to that, because that is exactly how I feel.
With your high school boyfriend, were you? Because I super was.
Well,
And I just wonder, like,
I think
how
that's why the only relationship I've ever had was long distance. Was specifically because when
Because
we were
you aren't.
together, yes.
But it made it easy to keep it in those enclosed times.
But yeah, that's like I
Right.
don't like would that relationship have even ever come to be if it was not forged initially through online?
Right.
I don't think so, because
Right.
I would never like because I was able to get past that barrier with me where like I just can't, even with new people I'm talking to, like the barrier of like the awkwardness and the not feeling comfortable to like be physical, or like the nervousness of it, because we like spent so much time just talking and like making the emotional kind of connection first
I'm the same
before
way.
it got physical. And so that's the only way reason why I think it was able to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
But also it was all very sexually charged. I feel like, I don't know how, I mean, there was definitely, yeah, but I feel like when you're that young and horny, it's all like wrapped into one.
Right. Yeah, with me and Nick, I was like super physically affectionate and like attached, and I don't, and like, yeah, I do agree in some way, like it all is kind of wrapped into one, the sexual and the romantic nature of it when you're that young. But also like we were living in the same town, and like I was definitely really scared to kiss him for the first time, and I kissed him on our first date because he also saw me as like so sexually experienced in comparison to him. Wasn't at all.
Right.
Really. At least not with men. But even in general, not really.
Yeah.
But I still made the first move because I knew he never would. But it's like, I
Yeah.
can't even do that shit. I don't know how I still got over that barrier of like afraid of physical intimacy to just like get it normal enough. I also think it's because he's a man though. Because he, from then on, yes, I kissed him first, but he, like, asked to do sexual things first. Or asked if he could hold my hand. And he's the one asking, so I say okay.
Yeah.
I guess I've had that with girls, too, though, that I've tried to date. Like, oh, can I kiss you? And I say yes.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe he just, like, persisted through the weirdness enough times where it just, like, became natural to me. Because I don't think I've had any, like, recent scenario with women where they're initiating and asking, and it gets to a point where it feels like, oh, now this is normal and I'm not acting weird about it. Or, like, off-put. And also, I'm sure because he's a man, he didn't really read on the off-puttedness anyway.
Yeah, totally.
And also, I was way hornier, so... So, like, I was probably more, I guess, like, yeah, whatever.
Totally. Yeah. No. Exactly.
But it is, like, flabbergasting, I think, to look on that relationship and try to, like, reconcile it with, like, how I am now, I guess. Because I was, like, so always attached. Like, we were super hyper dependent, but, like, even in general, like, always had to be touching him in some way. Like, not even in a sexual nature. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I just don't, like, how did I do that? I don't know.
Were you?
I don't know if I could ever be that way again. But also, with Parker, when we went to formal, I was. Like, we went to, like, at the height of, you know, the crush and I think the height of when his emotions and actions were a bit reciprocal. Like, I think it was, like, a build up, and then we had, like, a bit of a time where it was, like, sort of on the same page, and then, like, a huge fall off for him. Yeah. Not for me.
Right.
But, like, that formal was, like, one of them. Granted, I still, like, somehow convinced him to, like, go back to his ex that night, in a way. But, like, I was super touchy and affectionate. I was also drunk, though. That's what it was. I'm thinking about that time. We were doing 10 fireball shooters each that night.
But, like, outside
so it's like, I guess it was fucking easy.
Outside, I mean, I know you weren't ever actually dating, so that, like, it's not the same. But outside of that, whenever you would hang out or anything, did you ever have any, like, touching that wasn't sexually charged? Yeah. That's the same with me. I would say with all the men, it's always only ever been sexual. I
don't think there would have ever been a level of familiarity enough to even.
Totally.
Like, we barely ever hung out.
Right.
So. Yeah, because I was going to say, I was like, it's kind of weird to think back on Parker, because I was. It's like, no, I'm thinking of one specific scenario that was, like, heavily charged with a lot of alcohol, so clearly it was once I'm drunk, it's easy. Yeah, it doesn't count. I'll touch on anyone, sexual or friendly or whatever. Or they can touch on me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
If I was drunk all the time, relationships would be easy.
I wonder what alcoholics had to say about that. But for us, like, I don't know.
Even now with Amelia, who is my friend, like, I get a little drunk and I'm like, hell yeah! Like, I become super physically affectionate and I, like, match her, like, probably in a weird way. Like, probably weird. Like, I'm probably being weird as fuck, honestly. But then it's just, like, it becomes super easy. And and like, that's even just, like, she's my friend. So.
Yeah. Another week, another discussion of our inability to be intimate with
That's why, though, like, the Finn Wolfhard thing needs to come to an end, because I could never even, like, somehow get in a relationship with him, even if I was presented, like, the perfect opportunity. I would fuck it up. There's just no way. Like, I don't think my crush on him is enough to negate the fact that, like, if I go on first dates and he's like, I would have been like, what the fuck? Sure. Freaking out. Like, yeah. I would be weird. I mean, I guess he's a man, so maybe he would just not sense that at all. Who knows? I don't know anything about him, so. Yeah, totally. But, like, I think that's why a few weeks ago when I was like, I came to this realization, like, if I want to try to, like, get over this, like, hump around, because I think I've always had an issue with physical affection and dating and relationships. I think that is something actually coming from my trauma related with how I was growing up. Not necessarily Nick, but it does get confusing because there's an inherent, like, I'm convinced now. I don't think I was previously convinced that, like, every man, like, has potential to straight up kill me, or every person that I can be close to me. Mm-hmm. And I have to consider that when I'm, like, getting close to someone, friendship or otherwise. Mm-hmm. I think that came from Nick. But I think my weirdness around, like, touch and being physical has always been there. Mm-hmm. But I think it was so easy to get through because Nick was a man. Right. And that's why I was like, maybe I just need to start fucking around with some men, because they're just not going to give a fuck about how uncomfortable I am. And if I'm doing it, but that, you know, that really creates a scary line of, like, well, then maybe if you don't want something, then you're going to get in a situation where it's forced upon you again. But also, I guess in my head, because I'm, like, seeking it out on purpose, like, maybe that would get me in those situations easier. Because women are way too considerate, and they can sense, women are just empathetic. Yeah. No, learnedly, and I think by nature. Yeah. Or queer people, I would say. Anyone who's not a cis man is, like, just more empathetic. And more in tune with how their partner is, like, how they are picking up, like, if I'm putting out uncomfortable energy, they're going to sense it.
No, I completely agree, and that's why, I think if that's specifically kind of the thing that you want to, like, practice and get over, then men are the perfect target. That's not the word I really meant to say, but in a way.
But also in a way, like I also don't want
the perfect demographic, but then also, like, it is genuinely still scary. Right. But I mean, that's kind of the issue.
But also, I think if I were to have positive experiences that would positively reinforce the base knowledge that I'm convinced every man is secretly out to get me, trying to kill me, which, like, I don't necessarily think is a bad thing to have, because I don't necessarily think it's completely untrue.
Right.
However, like, my fear is at a point of, like, way blown out of proportion, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But, like, also in my head, I'm like, is it?
No,
but, you know.
but that's kind of the concern, is, like, I think it is a valid, it is a valid fear, and it is something you have to think about, but in a way I feel like if you were to practice that, it would give you a little, maybe some semblance of, like, no, not all men are like that, whatever. But, I mean, at a core level, kind of.
But it's, like, hit a point where it's not that I'm necessarily afraid of men now. It's, like, it's poison is every type of physical or emotional intimacy is the point with anyone.
Yeah.
And that's why I think if I were to have a positive experience with men, the root of what the issue is comes from the negative experiences and the fear rooted in men. It's not that I would think that men are no longer dangerous, but maybe that would help in my other aspects, because I want to intentionally, when I want a partner, probably be just a non-cis man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I guess that's what I'm thinking.
I think it would also be helpful in a way to give you some power back, in the sense of, like, you could, if you go through a situation that, obviously I wouldn't, like, not a terrible situation, but any sort of situation where you feel like you're losing control, or you don't like where things are going, or whatever, you're a different woman now than you were when you were younger, and you could be, the power back and the helpful experience would you to be able to say no, to get the opportunity to say no and actually express that, and actually, I think that experience is probably the most powerful thing I could, like, practice I could think of, because the whole issue is, like, feeling that lack of control, and that is it's a valid fear, but, like, to be actually able to say yes, you can't change the fact that men are like that.
Right.
That's just how they are. But you can but you can realize now and have the power now to be like, no, I'm not going to accept that behavior. Fuck you. I'm not going to do whatever you want. That is where I think the real powerful practice comes in, because you, like, you get to say, like, yeah, you can be a fucking idiot. That's not even, like, honest. It's much worse than that. But, like, you can act a fool, and I'm not going to participate in that, and I'm not going to let you do that to me, I guess.
Right.
I think that's where the power comes in. But it is still just, like, I can't, it's scary for me. It's scary for me to say to you, yeah, I guess you got a date, man. Like,
right. Well, I deleted Hinge, so, like, where am I going to meet this man? I don't know. Because if a man comes up to me at a bar and is like, you're super hot, I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to either, one, pretend he's not even there, or be like, I'm gay, or be like, no. Yeah. Just no. Like, there's a 0% chance I will ever entertain a man coming out.
Payment for cigarettes.
I made out with that man, though, not because I wanted to make out with anyone or because I thought he was hot. It's just I was so drunk that in my head I was like, this is funny.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of live my entire life, like, in a bit, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That's actually how I cope with life. But also, like, everything I do, like, I will do anything if it's funny enough.
Totally.
And when you're drunk, that bar's a lot lower.
Yeah.
It is funny, though. Like, it is funny. Like, we were standing next to each other on the damn street. This man says, I will give you $20 for a cigarette. I said, yeah, absolutely. Every fucking day of the week, I will say yes to that, sober or not. Mm-hmm. And I go to hand it to him, and then he grabs my hand. And I know he's going to make out with me. And, like, it probably was... No, I could have definitely, like, retched away if I wanted to. But, like, he was going for it no matter what. And in that split second, I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to just start making out with a man who gave me $20 on the street right in front of Morgan because that's fucking funny. And she's going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah. But then he wanted to go in for seconds and there, and I was like, all right, that's pushing the bit far. I don't actually want to make out with you. I just thought it was funny. But, like, that bar is so much lower. If I was stone cold sober, I probably would have been like, yeah, it's kind of scary that this man on the street just, like, wants to make out with you and give you $20.
Yeah.
But it is still funny.
It is.
And it was because it was the performance of just doing that shit in front of you. If I was just by myself, I don't think I would have found it that funny.
I was locked in on the Uber. I did not witness.
Well, no, yeah, but, like, just the fact that I did it.
The idea, yeah.
Yeah.
And well?
Yeah, and that was the first time I touched a man maybe since college. For the bit. That's, like, that's the issue with me, though. Especially when I'm drunk. There's nothing I won't do for the bit. Well, I literally, like, one time matched with a guy on Hinge because he was so fucking ugly. But his pictures were all like his bedroom, and he had so much manga and anime merchandise that I wanted. That is expensive. Like, he had thousands and thousands of dollars. And when I say I was one canceled date away, well, hook up, from going over there and fucking him just to rob him because I thought it was funny. I didn't, though. My friend was like, you actually, like, really cannot. Like, you actually, like, that, you will get in trouble. Like, you cannot do that.
I guess.
I know. It took a lot to convince me not to do it. It was more so, like, the fact that she really hammered into me, like, you will have sex with actually the ugliest man, like, and you have to do it. Like, you, like, not you have to do it, but, like, that's what you are doing. Like, you're gonna be, like, in your head, it's just, like, one small part of the plan, but, like, you have to imagine, like, you're gonna be in that moment for, like, an extended period of time. Like, can you, like, do you really want to do that?
Yeah.
And that's what made me be like, but
I
actually,
get that, but it's not really any different than being, like, a sugar baby. You're
right.
taking the sugar yourself. But, like, that's what I'm thinking.
And
like,
there was also, she was bringing up the variable of, like, what if he doesn't want you to stay over? You know what I mean? Like, what if you don't stay over and then it was all for nothing and you just fucked an ugly man for no reason?
That's true.
Because I wasn't going to rob him in front of his face. I was going to wait for him to fall asleep and then I was going to rob him and leave.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure he lived with his parents. I still kind of regret it, though. Like, the special edition of Berserk I would own right now if I went through with it. And he had the Fruits Basket noodle stoppers, which are, like, the characters that are sitting down. The whole idea is you put them on a cup of noodles. They're over there. Oh, you can't even see off screen. They're really cute, though, and they're, like, go for hundreds of dollars now, the 2 Fruits Basket characters, because they don't make them. But, like, retail of, like, one that's just, like, a normal character, $20.
Right.
So it's, like, not worth paying so much money for.
Yeah.
To buy off someone, and I would have gotten it for free. A little bit regret. But, like, I was going to do it for the bit. Because imagine if I came on this pod and I said, one time I fucked a really ugly man so I could rob him for his anime figures. Hilarious. Objectively hilarious. And I would have the anime figures to show you. It would be the funniest bit. But, like, that's what I mean, though. Like, I will do shit like that.
Yeah.
Also, I'll rob a man. I don't care. With my ex-boyfriend, Nick, when I broke up with him, me and Ange robbed him of all of his clothes. When I dumped him, I took everything. All his clothes. The only thing I didn't take was his socks. Took all his shirts. I took all his sweatpants. I took all his boxers. I took all his sweaters. I took all his nice shirts. I took everything. And then Ange donated all of it to Player's Closet and made, like, a bunch of money. And then we each kept whatever we wanted. And I still wear his boxers to this day. And his sweatpants. They're nice. He was so mad. He was so fucking mad at me.
And well?
So funny! And why did I do that? For the bit. Because I thought it would be funny if I gave just trash bags of clothes to Ange to sell at Plato's Closet and just to fucking rob him. Well, that's the thing about me. I will rob any man and I'll do anything for the bit, especially at the expense of a man. And then, like, 2 years later, we made a TikTok about it, like, making fun of him. And he commented and he goes, yeah, I know. Because, like...
Well, how could he not know his whole fucking closet was gone? He's like...
And I was still... In this fucking closet right here in this room, there's 4 new... Not gonna dox my high school, but, like, blah 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 high school men's tennis team, same exact sweatshirt except the last name on the back is different. 4 different. I didn't fuck any of them. Well, just Nick, because, you know, I was dating him. But I took all the guys in the friend group's sweatshirts, and then I would wear them because I thought it was funny.
Okay, but why do you still have them?
Because they're comfortable.
Okay,
and also because they're prizes. Like, why would I get rid of them?
I guess, I don't know, I feel like the bit does die.
I don't know. I don't need to keep them, but I...
Like, the action of taking them and having them is funny, but then now you're 25 and you still have them, I'm like, okay. But if they're comfortable and
they're kind of sentimental in a way, though. It's just like...
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I know some of the men of that were from the sweatshirts are actually evil. But in college, I would wear them, like, if I'm going to the same... Because we had a lot of... I don't know if this is, like, true for all classes, but, like, engineering classes were every single day. There were certain classes that we had to go to every single day of the week, and I would wear a different sweatshirt with a different last name every day for the week, and people would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, Mike's sweatshirt I still really like, because he had a really big one, because he was a buff, beefy guy, so it's super... I wear that one a good bit, but, like, Nick's was, like, a medium.
Ew, medium sweatshirt? Who the fuck buys a medium sweatshirt? Even if you're small. I mean, maybe if you're extra small, you buy a medium sweatshirt, but, like, the concept of a medium sweatshirt is actually crazy.
My sister likes her sweatshirts, like, like not snug, but like form fit. Not me.
Wow, that's crazy.
I agree.
I get yeah.
It was so annoying dating Nick. That man was so fucking skinny to me being like, and then my new crush, Finn Wolfhard. What's the difference? I don't know. Wearing his clothes, it's like, oh my god, like I'm a fucking like case of meat in like thin wrapping. Like, damn. Even his fucking boxers to this point, like. That's why I like them though, because they give girl boxers, like, you know, not like.
Yeah.
His joggers, so like where they go like skinny to a point. I'd wear them in high school, and it's like I'm serving bodacious. Like you can see every damn curve in these sweatpants. Yeah, I did hate dating a skinny man for that reason.
Yeah, that's what you need.
But then he would come over and he'd be like, "Give me a t-shirt to sleep," and then I give it, and he'd be like, "Wow, this is so comfy," because it's like a 2X. Yeah, he's in his tiny little girl booty short boxers and my 2XL shirt. And I'm like, "Come here!" Like, I do have a video of him. I have a video of him wearing that exact outfit, and then we were about to have sex, and then I put on something to like play in the background, right? Because we're in my parents' house. Mm-hmm. I put on Glee, and he just gets so enthralled with it, and I have a video of him, hand in his tiny little like short boxers, big t-shirt on, playing with his balls, watching Glee, and the caption is like, "So we were gonna have sex though," and it's just like him being baby girl in my bed watching Glee. It's funny.
Is men playing with their balls the equivalent of women playing with their pubes?
I think
they probably
so.
play with their pubes too. But
Yeah,
like playing
maybe
with
that's
the
what he was
bush.
doing, but
Bush is in a different.
he wasn't touching himself in a sexual manner. It was
Yeah.
more so like he's laid up like.
If I had
pretty,
balls,
like,
I'd probably play with them too.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like to think about balls too deeply though. It
No,
kind of freaks me out.
they're yucky. Yeah, no.
Like I don't like that you can push something back inside of you.
No, that they move. They move in the sack.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
It's like in the way of like if I like have like a lump like and you could push it right back inside you. Like I don't like that.
No, it's freaky. Well, should we move into advice?
And I will. This is the only time maybe I will apologize, Nick. Sorry. Like I'm not, but like that was I made you look a fool this whole episode, and you deserve it probably. But like it was pretty much just straight shots the entire way through.
I'm not apologizing for shit. Okay, advice. Oh.
Unsolicited advice. Also, I was thinking, one thing I need to do is make a banner so that this looks better. I kind of like our intro as is, but maybe I should make like things for like the segments sometime in the future. You know, the biggest thing is making the header first, and I haven't done that. So I can go first though.
Okay, go ahead.
My best friend's sister is a drunk and mean to me. She is constantly drinking, and when she does, she seems to always come at me and say things that she doesn't like about me or my family. I don't want to stop hanging out with my friend, but I don't want to see her sister anymore. What do I do? When I first read this, I was genuinely paranoid. Like, I was like, oh my god, what if it's me? Why would it be me? I'm not even around. My sister lives on the other side of the country, mind you. Do I ever really hang out with her friends? Not really. I'm also not a drunk.
Right.
Anyway, but I was genuinely, like, worried when I first read it. But I will say, my genuine advice, I think you need to have a candid conversation with your friend. I think if your friend is a good friend, I get it's a little bit hard because no one wants to hear that their sister is shitty. But I don't think you necessarily need to say that. I just think, like, maybe, like, the boundary of, like, hey, like, when we hang out, like, can we not hang out with your sister so much? Like, it's just making me uncomfortable. Or whatever. And you don't have to go in on her sister, I think, to have that conversation. And I think if she's a good friend who you'll want to hang out with for the future, she would be receptive to that.
Yeah, I think I agree. That is tough. I'm trying to think about it if I was the friend and someone wanted to come to me about one of my sisters.
True. But also just saying, like, let's not hang out with your sister super much.
I agree.
It's like, that'd be fine. Unless they're super close, but then it's just like, then maybe she isn't a person you'd want to be friends with anyway. If they're that close and her sister's that mean to your face.
Yeah, I agree. I don't because I'm thinking I don't know if I would let my. I don't know if I would let my sisters talk to my friends that way. I think if there's anyone that can correct my sister's behaviors, it would be me. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the people closest, and I'd be like,
true, but if
like,
it's an
yo,
older,
like, what
if
the
it's an
fuck,
older
stop.
sister, we don't have that like
True, I don't have that
experience
context.
of like this person would have to stand up to their older sister.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's maybe a little bit different. I agree with what you're saying, but
Yeah.
like I think that's a perspective we don't
Yeah,
have.
yeah. No, I do agree with that. Yeah,
But surely, like,
yeah, I think you could. Yeah,
if
what
you're
you said.
if you're hanging out at family events too, maybe that's the first place you take a step back in the friendship.
Yeah.
Like maybe you don't need to be at all the. I don't know if that's true, but like family events, it's like, well, then you're subjecting yourself to seeing her sister, and if you have
Yeah.
that sort of control to pull back on that at least,
Right.
maybe see if that helps before you have the hard conversation. But yeah,
Agreed.
I don't think you have to go to her sister. Is what I'm saying. I think it is a shitty conversation to have, but like easier to have with a friend. I think you don't have to make it a
Totally.
huge thing with her sister.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's good advice. The question I have is, during Christmas, I went to my husband's family to celebrate. This year, my husband's older brother brought home a girlfriend. That girlfriend turns out to be my husband's first serious ex-girlfriend. Any advice on how to navigate this?
I feel like that's your husband's issue.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Not that it isn't shit, but like
No, it's shit and it
that's
sucks.
a brother thing.
Yeah.
That's a brother's issue.
Exactly. I think obviously you have to do a little bit of, that's like an opportunity to do self-work in the sense that like you have to manage any jealousy or feelings you have about like just an ex being in your husband's proximity.
And also
But you're
just like
fucking
your
married.
vacation.
Like if you're like hopefully like, yeah, anyways, that's a whole other problem. If the worrying part comes from you're worried that he's going to cheat on you, like, that's a different issue. If that's a concern.
I just feel like,
But
I feel like
agree.
it's more like the issue is, well, how's your husband gonna be during this? Not like to you, but like his emotions.
No,
He's the one who
totally.
I think is taking the emotional burden of this
Yeah.
shitty situation.
I think that
being there for him is
outside
probably
of any potential jealousy or, like, concerns with fidelity that you have to work on, that's not a her problem. That's a relationship problem that you have if you're worrying about potentials of infidelity. But I think like you said, the real crux is like how do you support your partner during this? Because like,
and how does he feel? I guess it's really feeling how he feels about it. Maybe he doesn't care, which I could never, but like men are crazy. Maybe they just, you know what I mean?
That's so true.
But like this feels like something that's gonna cause a huge rift in his brother relationship.
Yeah, and so I think it's just about like how do you
support him best during this
through
time.
that. And yeah, I think it's a awkward
and also the
situation to
betrayal, I
navigate,
guess,
but
from an ex as well. Like, you know,
totally.
like there's surely emotions that are going to come up about that because, you know, if Nick popped out with my sister, of course it's a me and my sister issue.
Yeah.
But I would fucking kill him. I guess it's
True.
a bit different because Nick is a man and older than her.
Yeah.
But like the whole idea of like an ex, how dare you try to then get with my sibling? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I would feel that way with a woman still too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I agree. I just
my
think there's
sister.
more of like a pedophilic
sinister,
dynamic if it was
aspect of
truly
it.
Nick
Yeah.
and my younger sister.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
it's like a double aspect of how he's gonna feel about both of those people, I think.
Yeah. So it's really about like how do you work his relationship with his family? Like, are you guys gonna kind of pull out of family dynamics because of that? Because I feel like that's valid. You're like, I don't want to. Well, first, if he's really upset by it, like, but like, you did this to me. Like, obviously, maybe you can't help who you love in a way, but also, I don't know.
I think that two things can be true.
Yeah,
you can't help who you love, but you can still be fucked up for choosing to enter in those dynamics and then bring those dynamics home to your family Christmas.
Totally choosing to bring him home for sure. And like, yeah, you just don't want like, no, I don't want to be around my ex-girlfriend, so we're not gonna hang out like
maybe
that.
from an objective standpoint, like I can kind of see it like, oh, like surely they, you know, a long time ago they knew each other, maybe the brother always had a crush, whatever. Like I can understand how they probably got together. However, that's not the perspective. We're not looking at the objective perspective. We're looking at the perspective of this this person and their husband, and it's like, okay, well, they have the very specific view though of like they got hurt by this is gonna hurt them, and you're allowed to be upset and hurt by that scenario because it is fucked up from your husband's perspective and your perspective.
Agreed. So good luck with that.
That's crazy.
Okay, but our must recommends.
Yeah, my must recommend this week is Conan Gray's deluxe songs off. He just released Wishbone Deluxe, and I have harped about Wishbone months ago and how it's a fantastic no skip album. And he released 4 bonus songs. They're all fantastic. Except I will say he's giving like I Want to Get Back with My Ex, who I just wrote this album about, and like, he's giving I'm Not Over It still, and to that I say, Conan Gray, please stand up, please. I've heard the rest of the album, please stand up. However, the songs are fantastic. Also, he's basically writing about Byler the whole time. But, like, Moths was the one that blew up first. Well, The Best is what blew up first because it came out as a single from the deluxe album, per se, but I'm excluding that. I'm talking about the 4 songs that released with the deluxe album drop a few weeks ago. And immediately the next day, all the Byler edits are to Moths. So fucking good. So, the lyricism... Like, I'll be missing you for... Let me read the lyrics, actually. But that was the one I was on first. And now, a few days ago, I've realized that Do I Dare... The whole song is like, do I dare, like, even text you ever again? And it's like, you're still on my mind. I kind of just want to be your friend. But, like, it's just going to set me back. It's kind of the vibe of Do I Dare. But it's, like, so beautiful. Not even necessarily musically, I more so mean. I fucking love it. Okay, so, like, everyone has written a fucking song called Moths, by the way. Where are the damn lyrics? Okay. What? Okay, sorry. Give me another second. Conan Gray. Okay. Sorry, I opened a thing and it was, like, a fucking, like, long-ass essay about each lyric meaning. And I was like, okay, it's gonna take me forever to get to the ending outro of the song if I'm scrolling through this. But the whole, the reason it's called Moths is because of the lyrics. The door is closed, but the window's open. I'll leave the light on and I'll let the moths in. I'll keep your secrets and I'll watch them follow you home. And that's kind of how the song opens. And then it's talking about kind of like, I'm not going to let you back in my life, but like, I always low-key will is kind of like the vibe of the song. In a pathetic way, like in a like, but you're not going to come back and I know that. And like, why am I still doing this? And then the lyrics that he hits while also it's like they're playing at the same time. He re-sings the chorus and then there's like bonus lyrics in the last chorus. And this is where all the Byler edits are coming from. Might be missing you forever, but you're every song I sing. And every letter, every word that we don't speak holds us together. I will always be your friend. And then it comes back on Just Turn Around and the door's closed, but the window's open. Oh, and oh my god, it is such a perfect, like, screaming, like, last chorus. And then that paired with seeing all the Byler edits to it, where it's like, you know, Will is singing those lyrics, like, I'll be missing you forever, but you're every song I sing. And then Mike is like, but I won't beg, I'll leave the door open, like, they're, you know, because it's 2 sets of lyrics being sung at the same time. Yeah. Oh, and they play in all the season 4 scenes. I'm like, perfect. Beautiful, you're right. Absolute cinema. So I love that song first, and I think that might be my favorite from the deluxe, but Do I Dare has quickly become a favorite as well. But yeah, no, it's really giving, like, I'm like low-key not over it, which you can't relate, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
That's beautiful.
If you haven't locked into Wishbone also, like, you're behind and I'm mad at you, and like you haven't done your homework, because Wishbone is a sensational album. One of the best to come out of 2025, I must say. Ooh. So this deluxe is really like, we're having our cake and we're eating it too.
Beautiful. Dang, yeah, I don't know. It's only been a week, so nothing has really, like, super updated in my life where I have, like, a super, like, something speaking to me to recommend. I'll do My House by Beyonce.
Classic.
Because that is,
one of her best.
Yeah, deserves its flowers. Not that I don't think it necessarily got it, but, like, I think I said to you, like, it is
to Beyonce fans, it got its flowers, but to the general audience.
True. Like, that is, like, Partition. That's just revamped Partition.
Yeah.
And, like, people need to be on that. So, anyways, that'll be my pick. Get into that. It's such a good... You can't be sad listening to that song.
Agree. It's powerful.
Yeah.
I will say also, Finn Wolfhard's new song, the single that just dropped 2 days ago, I'll Let You Finish, really good. I didn't want to listen to it because it's already too much to me. Like, it's too, like, I don't want you to be a real person. Like, I want you to be like an anime crush I have, because I don't want it to be serious in my head and, like, fuck me up as much as it is. But I did finally get over it and listen to it, and it is really good. So give that a listen too.
Okay. You can follow us, our socials, on We Know Better Pod on Instagram and We Know Better Pod with 2 Ds on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MorgCooper2020. You can follow Elizabeth at edgyliz on TikTok and elizabethrosepenabrown on Instagram. And you can find advice, or not find advice, but request advice in the description. And you can also check out our mutual aid fund for Minneapolis. And
also in the bio of
in
our...
the bio.
I guess Instagram, TikTok doesn't let you link things anymore, does it?
I think Instagram does.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said I think Instagram does, but TikTok doesn't anymore,
I see what
does
you're saying.
it?
I thought, yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, it'll be about a month until we see you again for us for filming.
And we didn't even
purposes.
debrief the date a friend that we did that we were queuing up last time. So
Oh, true.
if we remember anything in a month, we'll maybe debrief then. LOL. I just thought of it though.
Unlikely. We'll see.
We'll have a TikTok about it, so same thing.
True. Yes. There will be a TikTok coming soon. Probably
Anyway,
before this episode's out.
See you in
But
Pride
anyways.
Month, I guess, right before we're about to be in the parade. So
This will be the episode that we will film will be the first episode of Pride Month.
Yeah.
So
see you guys in Pride Month.
yay! Bye.